As the debate over the 2023 Premier League lineup rages on, Daily Star Sport comes up with an alternative entertainers lineup for the annual darting roadshow. The Premier League darts lineup has been unveiled and, as usual, it has stirred up plenty of controversy, debate and even outrage. The 8-player list for the annual darting roadshow was finally unveiled on Monday, with the world's top 4, Michael Smith, Michael van Gerwen, Peter Wright and Gerwyn Price, being joined by Johnny Clayton, Nathan Aspinall, Dimitri van den Berg and Masters champion Chris Dobey. There have been some glaring omissions, most notably Luke Humphries, one of the players of 2022, while European champion Ross Smith and last year's Premier League runner-up Joe Cullen also felt aggrieved to be left out. As the debate continues to rumble, Daily Star Sport has come up with an alternative Premier League lineup based solely on which players would be the most entertaining. We've ignored players who are in and were in contention for years lineup, although there are a couple who we might see in the Premier League in years to come. Scott Williams. Williams falls into the category of potential Premier League player of the future after a sparkling 2022 which saw him win a Players' Championship tournament despite not holding a PDC Tour card. The Lincolnshire thrower, who now holds a Tour card, also impressed at the World Championship, losing a tight second-round match against good mate Rob Cross. He makes the cut for our entertainers Premier League for being, well, an entertainer. Last year, the wrestling fan landed himself in hot water for jokingly aiming a stone-cold Steve Austin-style double-finger salute at Humphries after a match at the appropriately named Grand Slam. Then at the World Championship, following his first-round victory, he dropped the F-bomb during his live-on-stage interview with Sky Sports. Afterwards, Williams joked he should set up a standing order to pay his fines to the Darts Regulation Authority, DRA. Ricky Evans. Another obvious contender for this list. Rapid Ricky Evans is regarded as the fastest player on the planet, with the ability to chuck 3 darts in the time it takes many players to throw one. He can also be relied upon to entertain the crowd, whether it's with his walk-on attire, he donned a Santa beard at the World Championship, or his celebrations. The Manchester United fan has been known to perform a Cristiano Ronaldo-style shoe-in on stage. His hilarious interviews would be must-see viewing too. Evans is a shoe-in for this lineup. Leonard Gates. Another entertainer, former baseball player Gates first appeared on the darting radar for many people when he won the North American Championship, which was held in tandem with the World Series event in New York last year. That title landed him a spot at World Championship and Gates was one of the stars of the early rounds at Ali Pali, even before he threw a dart. The Soulger delighted fans by dancing on the stage and then winning his first-round match against Geert Nefts before bowing out to Stephen Bunting in the second. With his profile on the rise, Gates has been invited to take part in the upcoming World Seniors Championship at the Lakeside. His dance moves, along with his dubious counting, would make him a richly entertaining addition to our Premier League. Martin Lukeman. Having been laid off from his job on a building site at the start of lockdown in 2020, Scott Van Smash devoted more time to his game and managed to claim a PDC Tour card less than a year later. He enjoyed a breakthrough year in 2022, reaching the final of the German Grand Prix, where he lost to Luke Humphries. He also became a firm fan's favorite for occasionally whipping out his belly before matches. Lukeman was given strict instructions by his wife to keep his midriff under wraps ahead of his debut at the World Match Play, but the Premier League would be the perfect stage to see a good, old-fashioned beer belly. Mickey Mansell. Okay, the addition of the 49-year-old veteran from Northern Ireland may not sound like an obvious one, but hear us out. Mansell makes a strong case following his starring role on the opening night at the World Championship. After winning the very first match of the tournament, to set up a second-round clash against Peter Wright later in the night, he was interviewed on stage. According to many observers, Mansell seemed, shall we say, worse for wear. Other fans put it more bluntly and reckoned he was blind drunk. One delighted fan tweeted, "Good to see Mickey Mansell was absolutely s-faced for his interview after the game, wonderful stuff." Another said, Mickey Mantle will be lucky to still be standing come 10 p.m. for his game against Wright. Drunkest man I've seen at the Osh for a while. Mansell, who is still standing, was hammered again later in the night as Wright cantered to victory in straight sets. Cameron Menzies. A man who was once kicked out of PTCQ school for spending too long on the toilet is a must for our entertainers Premier League. Fallon Sherrock's other half is a character, to say the least. He provided rich entertainment in both of his matches at the recent World Championship. During his attritional first-round victory over Diogo Portela, Menzies seemed to be at war with himself, constantly muttering and even hitting himself on the head on several occasions. At one point, concerned commentator Rod Studd said, he's in danger of landing a knockout blow on himself. I'm not sure what the rules are if a player is knocked unconscious by himself during a match. Would he be counted out by referee Kirk Bevins? Menzies provided more hilarity following his second-round exit to Vincent van der Voort, desperately pleading with the victor to give him a hug. The Dutchman wasn't keen but eventually relented by sharing the most awkward embrace with the quirky Scot. Robbie John Rodriguez. The Austrian showman is another obvious contender for this list. Rodriguez loves interacting with the crowd, including whipping up fans after starting a visit with 2 treble 20s. He doesn't always land the 180, but who cares? Robbie John would be perfect for a Premier League audience. As a youngster of the sport, he could genuinely make the real thing one day. Paul Lim. Lim's laboured playing style might not be the most entertaining but his longevity makes him a true legend of the sport. At nearly 70, he is still performing at a very high level and remains one of the best players in Asia. He was winning tournaments a decade before most of the Premier League lineup were even born. To see him on stage in front of 10,000 fans would be a true sight to behold. And imagine if Lim, the first player to hit a 9-darter at a World Championship, landed a perfect leg. It would bring the house down. Thank you for watching our videos. Subscribe to our channel to get notifications when we post newest videos. Thank you and goodbye.
We've been holding up for the girls for a minute.